Hello, welcome to another episode of Bat Dan's Thoughts. Man, we just keep getting more and more news about Henry Cavill. So, at the time of this recording, when I say this week, Henry Cavill made a post on Instagram announcing his return as Superman, saying that the thumbnail on the video for the Instagram post, as well as the mid-credit scene for Black Adam, was just a small taste, and that there's more to come. So, nothing specific, but just Henry Cavill announcing that he's back, and saying that our patience will be rewarded. And I'm just really excited about this. I am so excited. And yes, obviously, I thought the mid-credit scene was confirmation enough, but hearing it from Henry Cavill himself, I am just so excited right now, even more than before. And in the last video, you saw I was concerned about the John Williams theme music being used for Henry Cavill's Superman. But Danny Garcia, Henry Cavill's agent, had her own Instagram post where she went into a phone booth with the Hans Zimmer theme music. So the Hans Zimmer theme music is still going to be in play. So I am beyond excited. So you know what? Hair curl, brighter suits. If we have the Hans Zimmer theme music still, you know what? I'm fine with that. Especially if this was Henry Cavill's creative input, because it seems that Henry Cavill is getting creative input, because he said in his interview this week with Josh Horowitz, I can't pronounce it, that he chose the Man of Steel suit. So it seems like he is getting a lot more of a say on what's happening. So yes, Henry Cavill is back, and no, this was not a negotiating tactic like some people are saying. Henry Cavill himself is back. And in his interview with Josh Horowitz, man, I cannot pronounce that. But anyway, he said he wants a more joyful Superman. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I really am. He has said this before, is that he's willing to do Zack Snyder's story, but he wanted a movie where you get to see the hero of Superman before succumbing to the anti-life equation. So we're going to see that more joyful Superman before he goes dark. And honestly, I think that's great. I think that's really great that we get to kind of really see that contrast. Now, again, Henry Cavill in that interview as well did not confirm anything specific because, or even as Mikey Sutton has also said, Henry Cavill signed a contract. You can't say anything if you signed a contract, because if he didn't sign a contract, he would be under no obligation. So, again, just more and more good news. But that's not all. In this interview, Henry Cavill got a video message from Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder himself said, he gave an interview saying how he's the greatest Superman, asked him a question about the flying, how the flying special effects were for him. But the big thing is that he said that he can't wait to work with Henry Cavill again. Not I hope to, not maybe, not probably, that it's happening, that it's actually happening. So, what does this mean? That Zack Snyder is likely in talks too. Look, I've said this before. The only thing I care for Zack Snyder to direct is Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3. The Pentalogy, or whatever it evolves into, if Justice League 3 is split up into 2 films, whatever. The point is, that's the only part that I care for Zack Snyder to direct. Doesn't mean, though, I don't want him to direct more, and it seems like that maybe, just maybe, Zack Snyder himself will be directing the next solo Henry Cavill Superman movie. And I am just so excited. There's so much possibilities for the future of Henry Cavill Superman. And I just really great news. Really great news for the future of Henry Cavill, for the future of Zack Snyder. Because look, you can't have Henry Cavill without Zack Snyder. Sure, for some solo movies, if maybe, but Zack Snyder's story is centered around Henry Cavill's Superman. Essentially, where he becomes the Superman, the classic Superman that we all know. So yes, it seems... So yes, we need Zack Snyder back for Henry Cavill's Superman. So the fact that Zack Snyder is coming is basically confirming himself too? Good news. Really good news. And it does seem like there definitely will be some changes with Henry Cavill's Superman because, and maybe I'm looking into this too much, but one is the thumbnail for the Instagram post he had where he had the hair curl, but also in his interview with Josh H. I'm just going to say Josh H. That he had that same hair curl too. So, again, we are probably going to get some little changes like that. And again, I've even said in my last video, small changes by themselves, I am fine with. And yes, he can re-straighten his hair for Zack's storyline, because if you remember in Zack Snyder's Justice League, Cyborg, when he's seeing the future, Henry Cavill has the straight hair and the black suit again. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes into play, whether it's just a potential future that doesn't happen exactly that way, or, well, one, with the black suit, he could just simply put it back on because he needs to be more powerful to fight Darkseid. So, again, there's ways that this can work around, or, again, he could just straighten his hair for whatever reason that day. I don't know. Again, I am just happy that Henry Cavill's Superman is back, that Dani Garcia basically confirmed herself that the Hans Zimmer theme music is still going to be used, and that there's a more to come. There's a lot more to come, and I am just so excited right now. I know that especially Snyderverse fans had some not great news this week regarding certain heads of DC, but you know what? Let's try to take the good with the bad. And right now, there's just so much good to look forward to, so much to be happy for, and also the fact that Zack Snyder just gave Henry Cavill these well wishes. So many people are saying stuff like Henry Cavill turned on Zack for whatever reason, because his vision is slightly different. I don't know. But again, it's clear that Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill still have a good working relationship, still are good friends, and that this nonsense of Henry Cavill betraying Zack Snyder is bullshit. So, guys, we have a lot to look forward to. I know that Zack Snyder has not officially been announced yet. I know that we got some not great news about DC heads right now, but there's so much that we do have to be thankful for, do have to be excited for. And guys, let's just take that. Okay, not everything will go our way, but the good so far has outweighed the bad, and Zack Snyder will be announced soon, guys. Give it time. Zack Snyder basically confirmed it himself. So, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Aren't you excited? Let me know. And lastly, have a bat-tastic day.